What's going on, guys? We're gonna have a potentially different, maybe quick video this weekend. Today we're looking at the SCX24s on our little, tripped over the bench, on our little basement crawler course that's still a work in progress. The thing we're gonna be looking at today is these wheels specifically. We now have the 1/24th scale Hyrax tires from Proline, and we're gonna be doing a quick review on them since I haven't seen a whole lot of this posted online, and these are still relatively new. I guess for anybody that's not familiar with this, if you're watching this for the tires, I've been going way too hard in the paint with these stupid little toy cars. And for reference, I have my little four-wheel steer cheater buggy on the RC4WD MTRs, which are super sticky. And I've tried a couple sets of like these Injora tires, which are absolutely terrible. And then we've got these stupidly oversized scramblers over there, and then some stock tires and spare axles and parts and tools and stuff. And we also have an FMS Atlas 6x6 with a Hobbywing 1060 swapped into it to make the speed control actually have low end torque. I was going to put the boom over here for scale. So to get an idea of what these are like size-wise, we have our Atlas 6x6 right there. We can put right next to the Hyrax. They're slightly bigger than the stock C10 tires, but slightly smaller than the stock deadbolt or Jeep tires, and they'll fit on the C10 without rubbing. They rub a little bit more, but they don't rub as bad as the oversized ones will. And I guess for reference, we can get that down. And we'll grab our little cheater buggy, and if that's a useful tire size for reference, we'll put them next to the RC4WD MTRs. And these are like $26 for a set of 4 of them, and they come already mounted, which is a screaming deal on them because, long story short, holy crap, they work pretty well. Pardon my bad one-handed driving. We have this one-handed steering rig we've got here to try and drive on them to get you some idea of what they're like. But they, this course here is this painted stuff is plaster, and this is spray foam with a little bit of textured spray paint. Then we have some 1x2s and some logs there. If you're wondering what we're like driving on, but they do seem to stick very well. The hard part about this Chevy, which I kind of like it over the other ones, is I have to drive it very differently to not get the bumper hung up. But these tires do seem to have a whole lot of grip, and for 26 bucks for the mounted set of them, I can't really complain too much. This is a bit of a tricky way to get this. Walks right up and down it without a problem. Switch this back to medium so we can maybe be slightly a little bit less twitchy on the throttle maybe. And this is where it gets a little bit difficult to try and drive through this V-ditch here. We'll see if these do. They're slightly bigger than the stock C10 tire, so I can make it through the ditch. And there's something to help for getting an idea of the angle we're working with here. Trying not to flip. Maybe that angle is helpful for getting an idea of what kind of grip you can get out of these. That's just driving on drywall, or not drywall, driving on plaster plaster cloth. And there's how much we're rubbing with the stock C10, so it rubs, but you know, not bad enough to really be concerning, and I will live with it for the incredible gains in traction you really get running these things. I will say with the way the bead locks work, since there's 3 screws underneath it, they look like they'd be very easy to disassemble and reassemble, but I'm not sure that you're going to be able to. Most of the brass weights you see for the people trying to run brass in these things probably not going to work. We are in a terrible spot right there. Yeah, we had that one coming. Brass weight's probably not going to work, and I'm not sure how much you could reuse these since you're going to be threading into plastic to assemble them, and I kind of feel like you're going to get a pretty limited shelf life on just rethreading these into plastic constantly. Try coming down the staircase as gently as we can. 30-point turn since I'm driving with one hand and don't have rear steer to cheat on this. Let's see, work our way up this. Flipped it. the remote down to recenter myself here. But these tires do work very well if you need. I think that compared to the MTRs, which is the super soft sticky compound from RC4 drive I have on that, I think the MTRs might still be a little bit softer. It might have slightly more grip, but the tread pattern on these seems like, at least on my little test course here of spray foam and plaster, the tread pattern on these seems like it's letting them bite a lot better. And these do seem like they feel like they have a little bit more grip than the MTRs actually driving them. They feel, the compound feels harder, but actually driving it, these seem to be biting much better on this course here. And as you can see, we're kind of just getting sideways. Getting concerning amounts of sideways. I'll try and stand as close to the back of this as I can to get you a sense of the angle we're dealing with here. Kind of hard to do this one-handed. Oh boy, almost flipped it. Oh. Just need to dig itself out of the hole. This top is always a scary place with these things. Since I made this a little bit too steep of an angle, and it's not too, you don't have too much space to go between that barely making it over and that happening. We'll give ourselves a reset here, and we'll put it back in the medium range so we don't overdo it. Try and crawl up this if we can, again for the angle. But these have been, for the little bit I've been messing with these, have been really impressive. I was going to put these on that Atlas 6x6 over there, since I feel like that would be incredibly cheating with super sticky tires on it. But the reason I think I'm not going to do that is they are slightly smaller than the Atlas tires we saw, and I don't think I want to go smaller on that, since the Atlas 6x6s get high centered relatively easily. And these little guys all have, I'm assuming they're steel. It could be brass, it could be pot metal. I have no idea. They could be Chinesium. But the gears inside the axles on these on the SCX24s are supposed to be all metal, whereas I believe all the differentials in the Atlas are plastic. And I'm kind of worried that the extra grip these might give it could make it slightly more likely to blow the gears out in the Atlas, whereas the SCX24s should be good. And we're making a very sketchy 30-point turn on the side of our table here. But as we can hopefully see, the tires are not having an issue at all with this. Plenty of grip to go around. And there we go, again, rubbing on the, just to get an idea of how much these are going to rub if you have a C10. They do work, but expect to be rubbing a little bit. But yeah, nothing a little miniature Sawzall can't handle. We'll try and get ourselves up onto this if we can. I don't know if this angle is going to work out, but I will try it. Trying not to back it off the table. This is very difficult to do one-handed, but we're making it slowly. Again, trying to take it slow to show the grip these tires apparently have. I was absolutely blown away by how well these work for the money. I think Proline has got a home run on their hands. Is like, as we're hopefully seeing, they are gripping extremely well, and I couldn't be happier with them, especially for the money. I think right now, bang for the buck, I would think these are probably the best tires that you're going to be able to get for an SCX24 right now. Try and make our way around this little turn there. Rubbing all kinds of tires since they are a little bit, we should do some trimming, but we're gonna get the scale rubbing sounds. Rock bounce our way up our staircase here. Right up the staircase, no problems. And we'll come back down here. And another 30-point turn because I don't have rear steer to cheat on this, and we flipped it. Dang. It's unfortunate. We're running out of time for this video for the weekend though, but we will make one more attempt at crawling this. We're going to come up this obstacle. Again, this is all spray foam with a little bit of textured spray paint, but not much, and these tires are biting extremely well. And now we're gonna come down into our little valley here. And if I do this right, we should hopefully be able to float the truck right over the top of this without a problem. Yeah, there we go. Now we got ourselves onto the rock wall there. And just need to drive it on out as gently as we can. And there we go. So that's gonna probably end up doing it for this video. Hopefully, if any of my actual returning subscribers found this interesting, let me know. If you're new to the channel here, hopefully maybe you found the information you're looking for. Again, with these Proline Hyrax 24th scale tires for, well, anything that's 24th scale, I guess. These are very, very meaty. Well, not very meaty, but the tread there, as we've seen it between the soft compound and that, the tread pattern is working extremely well on my little test course here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you found something interesting, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.